Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I said, good morning, everybody.
Morning!
That's great. If I could have a crowd in front of me, that would help me be more on point. Well, welcome, and thank you for all coming. My name is Shad Masood. I got to be my own sound guy. My name is Shad Masood. I'm the president of Raise Up Housing Cooperative. And welcome on this. Yes. Good. I'm glad to see all of or many of our supporters here, and welcome the media here as well. Today, on this Indigenous Peoples Day, we're celebrating and we're giving thank you. Thank you to the people who helped 79 Maple come up online here for the Raise Up. People who have lived here and kept this building upright for the last at least 100 years or so. And basically I wanted to kind of set the tone here. You know, a lot of people don't know what co-ops are and what we're actually celebrating. And co-ops are really simple things. They work maybe intricately, but it's really, you have a need and you have people. And people join together and they get their needs met. Even within 1 mile of here, we have various co-ops. We have a housing co-op here, the Raise Up. We have Maine Community Health Options, which is a health insurance co-op. We have a couple of different credit unions that help people with their financial needs. And so they all work under the same premise. They have boards, they have members, and they have a product or they have a service that they give out. And it's high quality, and and in our case, it's safe, and it's affordable, and it's soul nourishing in many aspects too. So there'll be official thank yous later. We have a slate of 3 speakers. We have Vanessa, we have Adila, and we have Alain coming up here to share their stories and give thanks and give gratitude. If you have any more information that you want to glean from us, there'll be tours, so you'll be able to see what we've created. We'll also be happy to give some interviews. And if you need more information, we have a website, raiseup.com. It's on this beautiful banner that Melissa made. And on that website, you'll see our mission. You'll see applications to apply for housing. You'll also see a beautiful video that is tied into our fundraising campaign, crowdsourced fundraising campaign. And so, again, raiseup.com. And with that, I'd like to invite Vanessa Stess. She lives here at 75 Maple Street, and she's gonna share some stories and give some gratitude. So she's a lovely mother of 2, yoga teacher, translator in the community activist. So without further ado, Vanessa Stess.
So good morning, everyone. It's really great to see so many of you here. I would like to invite you to take just a moment and maybe even close your eyes and just think a moment of what home is to you, what home represents to you. And if you can shout out words that come to mind when you think of home. Comfort. Safety.
Warmth.
Family.
Warmth.
Warmth.
Joy.
Joy. Yes. Love.
Happiness.
Happiness. So you see how home is really at the core of our lives, and everything starts in the home from morning to birth. Everything ends in the home, from evening to death. Home is where we learn to take care of people that we love, and it's the place where we are learning to be taken care of. I thought it was interesting that recent studies have shown that America is growing lonelier. In the 1940s, less than 15% of the household were of one person, and now it rose over 25%. The prevalence of loneliness is also striking and is a contributing factor of premature death, well ahead obesity, alcoholism. It's 45%. But what I find most interesting in those studies is that it shows that the more one person is isolated, the more it will perceive the outside world as a threat. When you lose your ability to relate, your empathy decreases and the other is perceived much quicker as an enemy. I think here, part of our project is to reverse that tendency. This is where, for me, cooperative housing is a cultural revolution. We are relearning to live collectively. And just take a look at this like wonderful, incredibly diverse assembly. And I personally really feel good in this, and I thrive in this. And the more we can know our neighbors, this is how we will practically build peace and social justice. So just and I'm even going to emphasize our differences just for a second. So we have in this new building, we have 2 families that speak Somali on first and second floor, but also that speak French on the first and third floor, and even the third floor across. So you should see us starting going and and speak French. And for me, it's an incredible gift because for all the time that I've been living in the States, I was never able to raise my children. I'm from Quebec, and it's an incredible surprise that suddenly French is part of my everyday life. Where was I with this? Anyway, so yeah, it's obvious that we're different, but I think I want to make the bet that we are going to rely on our strength together, on the reasons why we came together, that we'll be able to run these cooperative housing together, because this is what it is about. It's providing for this really special need that we just talked about. Housing is just such an important issue, because this is again where everything starts. And actually, Benjamin is right to put it high in his priorities. So okay, maybe so I don't talk too long, I'm just gonna read the end. Okay, so from the perspective of difference, getting along is a tall order. But again, what if we could put all our attention on our strengths, on the benefit of community? As small as they are, every interaction that we have with each other makes us healthier, literally, physically, and emotionally. A hug from Habiba washes over all my worries. Uma's children greeting me with their smiles just brighten my day. The ability to speak my mother tongue daily is an unexpected gift after so many years where that has never been a reality. I can now raise my kids with a greater cultural identity, both because they can better define theirs and because they won't be afraid of others. We cannot underestimate the strength given by working toward a collective goal together. And also remembering that the people that are in these buildings have worked hard behind the scenes to make this reality happen. And that is not just by painting, even though there has been a lot of that, hours and hours of painting, but also in creating and funding this board for the Raise Up. Habiba has been there since the very beginning as our treasurer. Yes. Is that correct? And so there has been real work, and it's showing that it's working. And lastly, I just want to say that I personally feel incredibly grateful to have the chance to be part of it all, and every day I it doesn't escape to me the chance that I have to live in again, safety, everything that we named, safety, joy, and affordability is a really big one too. So thank you for for listening to me. I was a little long. And this is all made possible also with the help of Alain Glody Badosi, who lives on the 3rd floor and who's gonna take it over.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to talk a little bit about housing. So we all know, as Vanessa talked about, when you think about home, you think about comfort, you think about safety. And sometimes you see on the wall people putting home sweet home. But this is not the case that we have here. Most of the tenants, if I can say that, they don't experience that. And there are many problems going on. Issues. People will be complaining about, like, they don't have hot water, they have problem with the ceiling, it's leaking, many stuff like that. And I'm very happy to see people, mostly the young generation, people really having this idea to rebuild the city, the town, to make it more safe for people to live in. And I went through the same situation too when I first came here, and I'm from Congo, and I was really thankful to know about Raise Up, that there were people who really wanted to rebuild the buildings in the city. Like, the many of them, like, they're not well taken care of. So after I heard about it, and I really had a good experience about rebuilding this building, 79 Maple Street. And also when I heard what were the advantages owning an apartment or something like that, it helps you actually how to be responsible as well. In a way, as we say, you own the apartment, you can do anything. Maintaining the apartment to look good, or to be safe. You don't have to rely on the landlords or someone to tell you something what you have to do. Or if there is an issue, you have to wait until the person comes and fixes it. So that was a really good thing to hear. Like, we had people really want to help people to have a safe housing, to feel like they're really safe in their houses, in their homes. So and also I learned a lot of things about about Raise Up. There are many things I couldn't do before. As Vanessa said, we spend hours painting, we spend hours cleaning, doing many things. That was really a good experience. And I am so thankful again to be in this community, mix of community, people who speak French, people from different backgrounds, they speak different languages, they have different cultures. It's a very beautiful thing. When we see big cities like Portland, and I want also people to feel the same way about Lewiston, like people feel good when they come to Lewiston, they live in Lewiston, and that's a really good thing. And also I'm really happy to see mostly this is done by people of the young generation, this generation, and this shows that we have a really great future. And I am so proud that to see things like this being happen. And thank you.
Thank you, Alain, and thank you, Vanessa. We'll have Adila coming up to give us thank yous to the organizations that helped us, and to the individuals who've also donated time and their knowledge and their pocketbooks as well. So without further ado, Adila Mohammed.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out today. It's a great opportunity to see what has taken place at 75 and 79 Maple Street. For those of you who aren't aware, this building had begun to go into foreclosure, and it was at risk of suffering the fate of so many buildings in downtown Lewiston. But what we see going on here is we saw a collection of individuals who put in a lot of time and energy to keep this building on the map. And Lewiston is filled with beautiful buildings, lots of well-maintained buildings, and many that need a lot of help, just like this building did. I want people to know that Lewiston is a place to call home, and with continued efforts such as the one we're seeing here at the Raise Up, it will continue to be home to several people. As you know, I live in Lewiston. I'm also a local landlord. I've been investing in the city of Lewiston for the past 10 years. And as a landlord, it is a beautiful sight for me to see other investors, other individuals who are coming and staking a claim in the city of Lewiston. We can't do it alone. Large investors, small investors, people who rent out housing, these are some options that have always been a part of Lewiston. But I think that offering ownership to people who would otherwise just be renting units is something that downtown Lewiston needs, a mix of options for individuals to call this place home. So I'd like to thank the many people who helped make this endeavor possible. Coastal Enterprises, Community Concepts, Jeff Campbell and Chris Batchelder, the Lerner Foundation, the Elmina B. Sewell Foundation, the City of Lewiston, the volunteers who painted and scraped and cleaned, the Board of Directors for the Raise Up Housing Cooperative, the Community Credit Union of Lewiston, the Massey family, Five County Credit Union, Maine People's Alliance, the Cooperative Fund of New England, the individual donors and community lenders, and the Cooperative Development Institute. We also encourage anyone who believes in the power of community to invest not only your time but also your dollars into making this happen. It is our vision to see the housing cooperative expand throughout the city of Lewiston. And as Shad mentioned earlier, on the website there's a wonderful video that I encourage everyone to watch and share, and also encourage your friends and family to donate so that we can have cooperative housing throughout Lewiston and that we can be an example to other communities throughout the state. This is one of the only housing cooperatives in the state of Maine, and I'm very proud to be a part of the board of directors, and will probably be the only housing cooperative throughout the state of Maine who has expanded so rapidly. So thank you so much, and with that I'll hand it back to Shad.
Thank you, Adila. Yeah, we are the only urban housing cooperative here in Maine, and we hope we're not the only one for very long. We hope it expands everywhere. But what I was really kind of looking at here was that I hope this is a beginning of tradition. I mean, Lewiston has a huge, heritage of tradition, whether it comes to hockey, family names, everywhere. And each of these buildings in Lewiston probably held, multiple generations of families. And, now we're creating a new type of family through housing cooperatives. And it would be really cool to be here every year or every 10 years and seeing different generations of shareholders living in these buildings, keeping them up and spreading that knowledge. And so each of you are here empowered today to spread the word of the housing co-op, to spread the word of co-op. There's this October is National Co-op Month. You can go to I think cooperativemaine.com, cooperativeinitiative.com, and get more information. And I want you guys all to stay here, have some light refreshments, There'll be some tours if you guys are interested to see what these buildings look like. Melissa's clapping her hands and giving an amen, it looks like, at least through her eyes. So that's great. Thank you all for being part of this, and thank you for keeping it good. And we're going to be having a ribbon cutting, and we're going to be having a board breaking here. So speaking of tradition, this should be happening every year, hopefully, for us. So I'd like to invite the members of 79 Maple Street, Habiba and Hussein and Alan, to come up here, and they're going to join us in cutting. And any board members, please come and we'll hold the ribbon tight. And Manis and Fanek, are they? Okay, so we're going to do the ribbon cutting, and then we'll do the board breaking right after that.
I have to hold too.
Look happy.
We're all happy.
That's right.
John, do you want to lead a countdown for the?
All right. Yes.
Let's all give Vanessa and Manis some power here. So we're going to count down from 3. So ready? 3, 2, 1.